That's it. So it is, of course, the start of a brand new week, but it's no ordinary Monday today because we decided to take this day and motivate you, helping you become the best you can be to discover your own magic. And here to talk to us this morning, we have an international keynote speaker. He's the national president of the Professional Speakers Association of South Africa, Dr. Wolfgang Riebe. He's been chilling with us all morning so far. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm even more positive now, chatting with you the whole morning.
You see, exactly. It's been fun. I mean, I loved our first conversation earlier on where you told us, you know, it all starts by waking up and putting those positive thoughts in your mind, but that's not as easy to do.
Yeah, but one's got to try, one's got to take the first step. But there's another thing as well that's very important to me, and as we were chatting, I was saying, most of the things I talk about are from personal experience, lessons I've learned. And I remember as a youngster, I worked on cruise ships for many years as an entertainer. And I'll never forget, if you've never, we can't talk about our local cruise line because we've got younger crowds, but the international American ones, it's always elderly people. They're the only people who've got money. So whether retirement annuities have paid us, it's like working on a floating old age home. And I'll never forget as a youngster, I'm on these ships and all these old people, and when the ship would stop somewhere, they'd go on tours, and young guys, you'd go hi-fis, electronics, and whatever, and they'd look at flowers. I'm like, I thought they were Japanese tourists. They take thousands of pictures of flowers. I could never understand it. Plus, a lot of them had long faces. And you know, when you're younger, you're naive. And it took me about 3 months on the ship before I went up to one of these elderly people, a gentleman, in fact, and I still looked at him, and as we would say in South Africa, we're like, hey, what's your pluck with the flowers? Why the long face? What's going on here? You've got bucks, you've got a long face, and you love flowers. I don't understand. And he said to me, it's because I'm alone. And I'm like, what do you mean you're alone? He says, oh, you know, my wife's passed on, my kids died in an accident, I'm bitter at life and what life has thrown at me. And I was like, whoa, and that really hit me. And I started then over the months speaking to all the passengers I met, and they're elderly, and I always say, they say you can learn from someone that's older than you, even a day older. A lot of respect, and I learned so much from them, and it changed my philosophy as a young person. In a nutshell, the three things I learned, they said they spent most of their life making money their God and running after money. In that process, they never had time for their family, their friends, their kids. If I look at the viewers back home, how many of you had your parents say to you, I can't believe you, how quick you're growing up? Or do you remember your parents saying that to you? Why would you say that?
You're getting so big now.
You don't have enough time with them. The day you're older and retire, your biggest regret is that I didn't read that bedtime story to my child. I only wish I'd done it then. So we get caught up in the other nonsense. You know, often you see elderly very sickly. Why? Because their whole life they just worked. They ran after money. They never looked after the most precious asset they had, their own body. They never stayed healthy, ate healthy, stayed fit. You can't get that back. So as a younger person, we tend to, they say in Afrikaans, it's all lekker rond. The whole time. We don't know why, okay? But we like this. But if you can realize that my family, my friends, my co-workers, the health that I have, and the most important, the third thing is that wealth is not this, but it's the beauty and the scenery, what we've been given out there. That's where pure wealth lies. You know what? You become children, rustig in here, and then everything starts coming your way. But it's a mindset change.
It's a mindset, and that you also describe in your book, Discover Your Magic.
That's right.
We'll chat about your book a little bit later on, Dr. Riebe. Cool. Stay around. Stay with us. Lots more with Dr. Riebe to come, telling you how you can discover your own magic. We're back right after this. Welcome back here, and it is, of course, your Monday, but it's no ordinary Monday because it is, of course, a motivational Monday. And with us this morning, we have an international keynote speaker. He's an MC. He is world-renowned. He's worked in places like Hollywood, Singapore, and he's right here to inspire us today, Mr. Wolfgang Riebe. How are you this morning, sir?
Well, motivated. Thanks.
Motivated. We are taking Mondays, helping people out there change their lives and change their thoughts, and not only for a better year maybe because we are in the beginning of a new year, but their lives, the rest of their lives, and that's where you come in.
I heard something very good with the whole New Year's resolution. Somebody said, may all your dreams come true. Mine is, may some of your dreams come true, so you have a few left for 2013. I thought that was a good way to do it. But it's a Monday morning. I mean, most people already at home going, oh, a whole week ahead of us. Oh no, what now? And I think the big thing with motivation is, the question is, how do you wake up in the morning? Do you wake up, or do you wake up, And most people wake up,
And that is kind of the deciding factor of where you live or how your day's going to go.
And there's so many schools of thought around this, but the bottom line is it takes the same effort to wake up here as it does to wake up in a bad mood, number one. But the big thing is, why are people disappointed and not motivated? Is because we live in a world full of expectations. Everybody expects. I'm nice to you because I expect something from you. To do a business deal or whatever. And the reality is we don't always get the things we want, so hence the disappointment comes. And here's the big secret to life is I always say, do what you love, what you're passionate about. Because when you're passionate in what you're doing, you have no expectation. You do it because it gives you a kick and you enjoy it.
You want to do it.
You want to do it. So whatever you do, you expect nothing. And again, the laws of the universe are such that somewhere it's going to come back to you because you didn't expect anything. It's like, oh yeah, and that motivates you and gets you going. Because how many people do you know that are really happy at work?
Yeah,
and I'm going, then why are you there? And they go, oh, but, you know, circumstances, there's no such thing as, you've got to take responsibility for your own life. And you've got to say, yeah, this is what gives me pleasure. And I always say, I'd rather be unhappy doing something I enjoy than doing something I don't enjoy.
True, exactly, exactly. So where do you start? What would be the first step? When you wake up in the morning, when you open your eyes, what do you do?
First, you know what, the first thing that many people don't do is give thanks. Be thankful that you're actually still here and that you can have fun and that you can be out there and do what you want to. That's it. But I've got like the 7-step little thing, and I use the word magical to bring about a magical change in your life. And I always say the first thing is think logical, because people don't think logical anymore. And it's like the simple thing, like just what I said, just do what gives you passion. Don't do what everybody tells you to do. Do what makes you happy. Then you're going to have a fulfilled life. That's where wealth comes in. And I'm not one to quote others, but my favorite saying is by a chap called Thomas Edison. Does the name ring a bell?
It does kind of ring a bell, just a little bit.
Yeah. And he always said, I haven't failed. I found 10,000 ways that don't work. and I think that's so cool, because most of us give up straight away. And if you look at all the success stories out there, if you want to read Branson's biography or whatever, it's these guys have tried and tried until they've succeeded. And the only reason they've done that is because they've believed themselves. They haven't given up. Because what do most of us want to do when things don't go our way? Oh, that's it. No. If you really believe in yourself, and I'll tell you a little later how to do that, then you keep on until you achieve your dreams.
Dr. Wolfgang, thank you so much for coming through at the break of dawn, crack of dawn. I know you look very inspirational. I love it. So thank you. We're going to be chatting to Dr. Wolfgang a little bit later on, finding out how you can discover your own magic. Right now, it's time for an ad break, and we have the curious incident with us this morning. If you're curious, stay tuned. You don't want to miss this.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.